Hey, what's going on? This is Peak Performance Lounge, and I am Choni, and I am here with Jeff. How you doing, Jeff?
Good.
Jeff is going to talk to us, and we're going to have a great conversation about what it takes to be an entrepreneur, a great salesman, and being in your peak performance in 2017, and knowing that you can really get out of your head about some things and do what you want, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Cities because I felt like I grew up in shit. Because I was up there by myself in the snow from Texas.
Yeah.
You know, the first time I saw a man in a suit and boots, a suitcase, walk around in like 3 inches of snow, and I'm watching him, and I'm just eating a bowl of cereal, looking at him out of my window, and be like, I don't think I can go into work today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did you have to go through all? Yeah. What's that like?
Yeah. Ironically, after I graduated college, my first job out of college was working downtown in the Loop, and so I would commute on the Metro train.
Yeah.
Every morning into Union Station, and then my walk from Union Station to my building, the AT&T building, was about 4 blocks. It wasn't that long. It was 4 blocks. I started in August, and it was amazing, awesome. You know, late summer, downtown Chicago, nothing better. You know, awesome. December rolls around, and I'm getting off Union Station, and I have 4 blocks of basically blizzard hell to walk through. By the time I got to my office, I'm covered in sleet and all the different salt and the dirty snow from the cars and all that stuff. I mean, I was a mess. I'm like, this is not fun.
I'm glad I didn't get out there and walk
that
day either, because I didn't, you know, it just started snowing like that down here a couple of years ago. It's not like that. So Jeff, you are an owner, franchisee owner for Gameday.
I am.
Now, what made you start that? What made you get involved in this? And
sure,
because Gameday is usually, you know, deals with our health and everything, and you look like you're in great shape. You're in great shape, by the way. I mean, how many push-ups are you doing, like, in the morning? Like, is there
not
enough?
Yeah, I gotta do more.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
How many? What's the number?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I get to the point when you get old enough, you don't necessarily even keep track of how much weight you push or how many things you could do. You just want to do just enough that you make progress and don't hurt something so you can work out tomorrow.
I thought that was only me. I thought that was you're like, I'm just gonna do just a little bit, and then you like, I don't want to get too hurt, but I do be, you know, you're like, what number is this? Yeah. So you're part of Gameday Health.
I am. Yeah.
So what made you want to do this?
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, for sure. So my whole career has been medical device sales. So I've been really blessed to work with a variety of different physicians and surgeons in the operating room selling implants and devices that are used in surgery. And so for the last 24 years, I've had exposure to the medical field in all different specialties. But my personal journey started about 10 years ago. I was a regional director for a medical device company, traveled every single week in the OR with my reps, really busy, hectic days. Then we have dinners with our surgeons at night. It was just nonstop going. And at the time I had 3 little kids, and by the time I got home, I was exhausted. And I just chalked it up to my crazy lifestyle and getting older. I was 43, 44 at the time. And
if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
54.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'll be 55 in November.
No, you're not.
Yes.
Hey, man. Hey, work. Okay, go. Yeah.
And I had noticed I had taken pictures of my kids, and, you know, I was always athletic, very athletic when I was younger. I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps. So, you know, certainly fitness was an important part of me when I was growing up. But when I hit middle age, it became a little bit more of on the back burner because of my career and everything else. So I had a little bit of a dad bod going. And so I just chalked it up. Hey, this is what happens when you get older. You know, you lose your muscle, you gain a couple pounds, you fall asleep before your kids, you know, that type of thing. And it wasn't until my primary care doctor ran my numbers, blood work one year, and she was smart enough to look and do testosterone testing. And so my number came up 190, which is extremely low.
Okay.
Especially for a 43-year-old. So she started explaining to me what the low testosterone symptoms were, and I had basically all of them, right? I mean, I was tired, fatigued, I was gaining weight, lose muscle mass, brain fog, all that stuff. So long story short, she put me on testosterone replacement therapy, and bless her heart, she did her best. Primary care doctors are not the person you want to go to.
You said, bless her heart.
I do.
She tried. Huh?
She did try.
She tried. Yeah.
She put me on.
What did she miss though? What was like? I mean,
So the real basic story about testosterone, without getting too far into it right now, but basically she put me on one injection every 2 weeks, and the half-life of testosterone recipinates about 8 days. So what that means is, when I did my injection, my numbers go sky high, and then they slowly go down. And by the time I get to my second injection, that second week was hell, because my numbers all went down all the way down to the low number again. So I was up and down, up and down, up and down, and I felt good, and then I felt bad. I felt good, felt bad. Anyway, I finally realized that I needed to find something else, and so I started. That was the first time I went to a testosterone replacement clinic, and they got me on an injection every week, and it was a heck of a lot better. So much better that I started to feel, young again, and I'm like, well, I don't need to be looking like this. I don't need to be falling asleep before my kids. So I was living in Arkansas, believe it or not, Hot Springs, Arkansas at the time, and I found this trainer. His name is Richard, and he was an NPC competitor. He was ripped. He was about the same age I am. And he was a trainer at this,
NPC competitor.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
National Physique Competition. It's like NPC, IFBB, bodybuilding competition.
Okay, yeah.
And he was a trainer at a gym, just this kind of old gym in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I started training with him, and everything changed. I had energy. I was able to, when I worked out, see results for the first time in probably many, many years. And I got the bug, and I ended up starting to train to compete like Richard, my trainer. And so
you got the bug to get in it. What?
I did.
Why?
Just a challenge of it. When you're 45, I see too many guys. They want to do something challenging, and they want to compete, right? It's just in human nature.
They want to go skydiving. They want to do all the things that,
Exactly. And I thought, well, I can go play hockey again, like I did before in an adult league. I could play softball. I could play pickup basketball. But every time I talk to guys in their 40s that do that, they're blowing their knees out, their shoulders out, they're hurting themselves, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I thought, well, this competition of bodybuilding is something that makes you really put together a plan, a structure that causes you to be disciplined, consistent, and then you compete on stage with other guys. And I've never done anything like that. Everything I've ever competed with in my life had been either sports related or business related, where you have black and white results, right? I got 2 points, he's got 1, I win. Where bodybuilding is completely subjective by the judges, and so you're judged just on your physique. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. It just how you look, right? And
it's from the neck down.
It is from the neck down.
It's everything from the neck down.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like I'm not looking my best today? Do you have when you're like you do?
Oh, absolutely. I haven't competed now in about a year, so I do feel like at this point right now, probably in the weakest shape that I've been in about 10 years. My dad passed away last year, so everything kind of got pushed back. So my competitions last year ended in April, so it's been over a year since I competed, and I really strive to get back there. I'm going to try to compete in April of this next year. It takes about 4 or 5 months for me to get ready.
Right. Okay. And then so you got the bug.
Yeah.
Started to train.
Yeah.
And so now you're like in this. You're like in it.
I'm in it.
And so then this is on top of you already saw the doctor.
Yep.
And so now you got it. So now are you using your marine training? Cause I want to talk about that too. Yeah. Like how is that training?
Yeah.
Influencing this type of training?
Yeah. It's I always tell people it's, unless obviously you went through the Marine Corps yourself, it's kind of hard to understand, but I think people get the basic understanding. The Marine Corps is pretty tough. And when there are days where I don't want to wake up and go to the gym, or I'm at the gym and I'm losing steam, and I have, 4 or 5 more reps to go, and I just feel like maybe I can't do it, I swear I'm not making this up, but I can hear my drill instructor's voice in my ear. And I can't tell you what he says to me, but he motivates you.
You can tell us in a PC version, a PG version, but he motivates.
Like, get your butt under that ball right now.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, once I realized what testosterone replacement therapy did for me, not only just the bodybuilding and the physical attributes that I was able to achieve, it was the mental clarity, it was the cognitive function, it was the better sleep, it was all my other labs started to look better. Cholesterol came down and blood pressure came down, and I just felt like 100 times better. And so since I've been on testosterone replacement therapy, I have tried other clinics, brick and mortar clinics. I've even tried telehealth. And so this leads me up to the decision of Gameday. When I was aware of the Gameday opportunity, and I realized what the goal is and how Gameday provides the services that men need, it fit what I feel is the best option for men. Mm-hmm. Because they don't know what they don't know. Many men are not even understanding that they have low testosterone. They don't get their levels checked. So they don't know what we can provide. And so when I learned about Gameday, I'm like, I want to do this because I know there's a ton of other men that can do the things that I'm doing. I'm nothing special. I just was able to get my testosterone levels to optimize levels that allow me to do the things that I'm doing in my life. And, I have another business outside of Gameday, and that's extremely stressful. My wife works with me on that. She's actually running that business. Yeah. So I'm really adamant about being able to help men because life's harder than enough, right? Yeah. I mean, you need all the help you can get. And I always see men who don't understand what testosterone can do for you in a way that if they have low testosterone, they're literally running around life with a chain and anchor behind them, and it's dragging them down, and they just don't know what they don't know.
So you decide to get in this, mm-hmm. and like you're in it, and so what's it like owning the business and also being a part of the business? Like, what is that true owner like? Like you're basically hooping on the team,
Yeah, for sure.
The team that you own.
It is. It's so this is my first business where it's actually brick and mortar, a physical office, a medical clinic that I own. The other business I have, we don't have that. We sell medical devices to VA hospital. Mm-hmm. So this is a unique opportunity for me because I'm not only the owner, but I'm also a patient. I also have experience in almost all the services that we offer. Whereas in medical devices, I sold a lot of different devices. I've never had them put in me myself, so I couldn't talk to the patient from a patient-to-patient's perspective.
The medical devices that you said go inside.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What type of these like
cameras, hardware,
Oh.
and spinal cord stimulators? I sold the Da Vinci robotic surgery system.
Wait, what's a spinal cord?
Spinal cord stimulator?
Yeah.
It's an implant that is 2 wires that the physician puts in the epidural space of your spine at a certain level, and that it's connected to a battery that we put in the body. And what it does is it delivers electricity to the nerves at a specific point in that spine based on where your pain areas are, whether it's low back, right leg, left leg, that type of thing. So the concept is that for patients who have chronic pain that are on a boatload of these really nasty opioids or pain medications that have a very deteriorated quality of life, we can put a spinal cord stimulator in a patient, and they can theoretically get off their medications completely and live a relatively normal life pain-free.
Did you go to school for this? Did you go? What you started working for the company, and you just know how to explain this, like how?
It's been a journey. So my college degree is in economics, and
long way from economics.
Yeah, right. It's like completely relatable. No, it's not. But my whole idea was after college, I wanted to get into sales. That's what my dad did. He sold tools. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to get into sales because I wanted more control over how much money I make, and it just sounded more exciting being able to get out and not work in an office, right? Mm-hmm. So long story short, after college, I started with a building materials company, and I sold roofing and insulation in Chicago. To roofing contractors and home builders. And it was a great first step into sales because they had a good sales training program, and we had golf outings on weekends, with the contractors. It was a lot of fun. Right. But eventually what happened was I met a guy who sold medical devices. And when he told me at that point that sales representative sold what's called trauma implants or trauma equipment or devices. And those guys are on call. So they have a beeper. So when a trauma patient comes in, their beeper goes off, they jump in their car and they go to the hospital and they support the case with the surgeon. Wow. And so I heard that, I'm like, that sounds exciting. That sounds really exciting, and obviously more money. So I made it my point to try to get into medical device sales, and it's extremely hard industry to get into. And I was fortunate enough to connect with a recruiter out of Atlanta who helped me, mentored me, coached me on how to interview specifically for medical device opportunities, and redid my resume so that it looked more attractive to medical device companies. And somehow I landed a job with Boston Scientific, one of the biggest medical device companies in the world. And it's been 23 years ever since. So you learn an awful lot. You have to be a fast learner. You have to have a large bandwidth. You got to know your stuff, because when you're in the operating room and things go south, everybody in the room, including the surgeon, the anesthesiologist, and nurses, turn to you and go, all right, what do we do? They turn to you. Absolutely do. Yeah.
And so you're in there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Masked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tank top shirt. Yeah. Showing the muscles inside. No.
If that could have helped, I would have done it. Trust me. Yeah.
So, okay. So now, did you have that same feeling about Gameday Health? And, once you started to become a business owner in this, did you be like, okay, I can do that too? It seems like you like point at things and be like, hey, I'm gonna be a Marine. I'm gonna do this. Like do you have that same feeling?
Yeah, I did with Gameday for two reasons. Number one, my medical device experience working with physicians in different specialties, working directly with patients sometimes when some of my roles included me talking to patients. So the healthcare side was something I'm very familiar with. The testosterone and men's health side is a very personal thing for me, since I've gone through my transition since I started TRT. I have the best of both worlds. And one of the things that always made me successful in my career is being not only knowledgeable of what I'm talking about, but being passionate about it, being confident about it. Nobody wants to buy or listen to anybody who's wishy-washy. And certainly when it comes to men's health, when I have a conversation man to man talking about peptides or testosterone placement therapy, I can give them and I'm not a healthcare provider. I make sure they understand this is not medical advice. This is my opinion and my experience on these therapies that I like to communicate to you. And when they hear that, and I show them pictures of my journey from, before TRT, what I looked like, until most recently, every man wants to be in better shape. They do. They really do. It is it's an uphill battle sometimes. We're in a society that is unfortunately we're the fattest first world country in the world.
But why do we care so much? Why can't we just, you know what I'm saying? But why? Because as men, right, we're coming to that space where, like, at one point in time, men didn't care. Yeah. Like, we could have like the dad bod and be fine, But now, what do you think has changed besides, our social media landscape? But
I would certainly you can't play down the effects of social media. There's no question. Even in middle-aged men, I mean, come on, we're all on it. We see it. That certainly has an impact. But I'll tell you more than anything, it's the health ramifications of not being able to take care of your body appropriately. We see so many people that are getting these diseases and these health conditions earlier in their life than we've ever had. And a lot of it has to do with, obviously, our foods in America, our nutrition discipline, our bad lifestyle choices, and our lack of exercise. And you couple that with the fact that, and I'm sure that you may have heard this before, but the average American male right now at 30 years old has the same testosterone level as a 7-year-old male in 1970. So think about that. The testosterone levels in this country, in American men, have dropped dramatically year after year after year after year. So now what used to be normal, like when, 700 used to be normal back in 70s, and now we're calling 300 the normal, and it's not normal. It is absolutely not normal. And when you have levels that low, a whole other host of health implications come along with that, with cardiovascular disease and obesity and a bunch of different things that contribute to an unhealthy person.
Okay. So, all right. So take me back to the time where your doctor told you that you had low testosterone, and you got to go home.
Yeah.
And you got to tell your lady, your wife, I got low testosterone. What is that? Are you embarrassed? Are you like, if you feeling shameful? Are you like, well, I can fix this? Or did you know immediately, like, I could fix this? Like, what's that?
Yeah, it was in all that experience. This was in 2000 and I think in 2015 or 14. All my experience in medical devices, I never worked with a physician that does hormone replacement therapy. So this portion of medicine is something unknown to me. So when I was told I had low testosterone, the first thing I did, obviously like everybody else does, you go to the computer, start searching stuff.
And this is in 2015.
2015.
So it wasn't a lot of...
Not a lot. And the stuff that I found was like, oh my God, like
you had to do that to do that.
Yeah, and there were most of the things that I found were not good. Like there were a lot of early studies on testosterone replacement therapy that put a lot of warnings and side effects that didn't sound very pleasing to me. So I did a little more research, and I found a couple of physicians that specialized in hormone replacement therapy, and I spoke with them. Since that's their specialty, I will listen to them before I would listen maybe to a primary care doctor who's not the specialist. And that's when I realized it's like, okay, I get it. I need this. This is why. This is what we have to do. But yeah, I mean, as a man, like you hear your testosterone's 190. For me personally, I was relieved. I was relieved because there's something you can do about that.
Okay.
If the doctor just goes, your testosterone is normal, you're just getting old. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, I'm still going to get old. Like, you can't stop that part of it. So when you hear,
how does that feel? Like, where?
Yeah, it was a relief. Like, I'm like, okay, if I get my testosterone up to whatever it needs to be, right, I'm going to feel better. And she said yes. And I said, okay, come on, let's do it. And so, like I said before, that first week when I got my injection, I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Immediately you could?
Almost immediately, about second or third week. It was pretty quick. And I noticed a big difference. And then by the 8th to 10th week, I noticed significant differences when I'm working out at the gym. For sure.
How long are you staying in the gym these days?
Maybe a little bit less than I normally did. But, back in the day when I first started
business and you got another company and your family, that leads into...
It does. But, for me personally, if I'm going to promote a healthy lifestyle to my patients and offer personal training information and nutrition training information, or nutrition coaching information, I feel like I need to look the part. Like I got to have some credibility in their eyes and look a certain way so that they know that I know what I'm talking about. And so for me, I always push myself. I always try to find times to go to the gym. I have an awesome board certified nurse practitioner, Sarah, and she allows me to leave the clinic during lunch and go work out. So I'm very fortunate for that because she can run the clinic herself. So I do try to work out as much as possible. It'll get better over the next couple of months as things start to smooth out. We've been open for 5 months, and so now we've got our processes in place. It's a really smooth process for patients to come in, new patients to come in. So we got everything down, like dialed in. So we're rocking, and so it allows me to do things that I normally had been doing before opening the clinic, which is working out, going to HEB and getting, healthy food.
HEB has everything.
I know. It's
HEB
crazy.
has, you can HEB, you go in there, you're like, I get that. And you be like, I'm leaving. You be like, no, I get that. And on your way out, you're like, let me get one of these packaged meals. They got all, and they're pretty tasty, right?
They do. I do. One of the things that allowed me to be successful in the bodybuilding world, I competed 11 times. I won 5 times, champion 5 times. And the reason why is because when you look at what you have to do for bodybuilding, it's very regimented, very strict diet. You track your macros, your calories every single day. You log your foods, everything. You weigh, you log your foods. And so if I'm low on protein one day, I'll literally just drink egg whites. Like for me,
Wait. Hold on. I didn't know Rocky Balboa was sitting over here. Wait. So you just literally just drink egg white?
Once in a while. And the reason why is because...
What are you doing with the other part of the egg?
No, I do the egg white containers.
Oh, the egg white container. Because I'm just like, I thought you just cracked the egg and
I don't do actual eggs and drink them. I can't do the Rocky thing. The yellow part just is too slimy for me. I can't do it. But it's a discipline that I learned in the Marine Corps. And by the way, in the Marine Corps, in the military in general, when you're out in the field, you're eating MREs. They are awful. I mean, if we can eat that, I can eat some egg whites, or I can eat protein and oatmeal instead of, something better. So for me, it was easy, hitting my macros and being really disciplined on that portion of it.
Mm-hmm. So you're offering coaching now. Does that Marine background come into play when you are giving your coaching and like nutrition expertise and in what you're doing?
No, actually, no.
Oh, no?
I'd like to say it does. So the type of personal training guidelines that I give is all office-based. I don't train anyone in person. I've partnered with an awesome trainer. His name is Logan Johnson, out of Loganitis Training, out of Humble. And I send a lot of I try to send patients to him. He is an unbelievable trainer. He owns his own gym. Him and his wife. He's a former NFL player. I mean, just one of the most motivating guys you'll ever meet in your entire life. And maybe sometime I can be able to have him come with me. But I just do like an office base. So most of the time when men come to me in the office and they start testosterone replacement therapy or weight loss, they haven't seen the inside of a gym in quite some time. So what I try to explain to them is, give them some I don't know, guardrails so that they don't go out and hurt themselves. A lot of times they'll start feeling good or really good. They're like, oh man, I feel so awesome. They go out there and they start try to bench press 300 pounds and they strain something or they hurt something. So I always tell them, let's ease into this. You're not going to get to where you want to go overnight because you haven't gotten to where you are now overnight. So we just got to, do it a little slower. But the nutrition stuff is the most important. So I teach them how to use MyFitnessPal, which is my favorite app, to track your macros. We've got a medical grade body composition scanner in my clinic, and all my patients have access to that for free. So that gives you every metrics of your body you can possibly imagine: musculoskeletal mass, visceral fat, total body fat, and it's even broken down by body part. Why that's important is because when people get back into shape, if they want to lose weight or if they get on TRT and they want to look better or feel better, many people will just continue to look at the scale, and the scale does not give you the whole picture. So I always tell people that the scale is going to be your total number, but what you want to do when you go on testosterone replacement therapy, the idea is to recomposition your body, right? We want to lose body fat, we want to increase muscle mass. If we do it properly, sometimes that total number doesn't move as much as you think it moves, but you look a hell of a lot better, your waist is smaller, your chest is bigger, you're feeling better, and so that's the kind of stuff that I do.
That's the kind of, I see this brings you a lot of passion, like you're really passionate about it, where did that passion come from? Like where you...
Well, because I was in their shoes. I mean, I was literally that guy. Like at 43 years old, I was.
Still can't believe you're not 43, right?
I'll be 55 in November, but.
What you doing for your birthday? That's 55. What you doing? I know we talked about this, but we need to talk about this birthday. What you doing for your 50?
I don't know. Maybe I'll find a competition to jump in.
Because
that's what next class.
Yeah,
They go by age sometimes. For the body count. I don't compete against 20-year-olds. I mean that's right. So there's different age brackets. So if I get to 55, that's another age bracket I can compete in. So we'll see.
And then out in Vegas, right, is mostly where all the competition.
Well, actually no, the NPC. So Texas has an NPC circuit here. So last year, my last competition was the Phil Heath, and that was in Pasadena here. So yeah, it's amazing. There's shows all over the United States. There's a lot of shows in Texas. They're all different. Some are pro-am, some are just amateurs, and some shows are huge where there's like hundreds of competitors, and some are smaller. So it just depends on which show you want to do.
Yeah. Okay, so we are on the Peak Performance Lounge. Yeah. And now that I've gotten to know you a little bit more, and what you do, like when is a time that you felt, through your competitions, through your practices, or you selling? Like when have you felt at like you was in your peak performance, like in that moment? It could have been when you started at 40.
Yeah.
Could be now. You look great. You know, like, yeah.
2017. I remember it was
yeah. Tell me about that.
It was the very first show that I ever won.
Yeah.
And I was really lean. I was down to, the scanner had me at 3.1% body fat. I was about 168 pounds. I was completely ripped, and I won that competition. And why I felt that was the peak was that entire year in 2017, my job required me to fly every week. I was still flying every week. I was still doing that crazy job.
Or the work you were still doing. Oh, so you was really double.
Yeah.
Double peak performance.
Yeah. So it was brutally hard, but I was so disciplined. So for example, I remember I had a layover in Chicago, and because I had that layover, I wasn't going to be able to get home I lived in Arkansas at the time, in time before the gym closed. So my layover was long enough that I went, there's a gym or a hotel gym, Marriott in O'Hare.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I went through security. I worked out for 45 minutes to an hour, and then I came back and jumped on a plane. To get the workout.
Just to get the workout in. You got it in, and you still made it on time.
I did.
Just literally just walk out in like workout gear.
Yeah, I'm sure the person next to me in the aisle seat didn't really appreciate it, but it was a short flight. So,
it was a short flight. So I mean, did you lean over and be like, "Hey, man, I just worked out. I had to get it in."
Yeah,
so 2017.
Yeah, that was. I think that was my realization that I can actually do these things. When I first competed, it was really funny. Very funny story. My very first competition was the Dexter Jackson Classic in Memphis, and that was 2016, and didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I was connected with a gentleman in men's physique. We wear board shorts, and there's a routine that we have to do. Everyone does the same routine. So I needed to do posing coaching, and so my trainer hooked me up with this guy, and he went through about 6 weeks. Over 6 weeks, I did posing practice with him. He taught me how to pose. I get to the Dexter Jackson, and it's in this auditorium, this theater in Memphis. It's huge. I mean, huge. There's hundreds of people out there, and we're in our line backstage, ready to go on, and you can kind of see on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm watching. I'm like, what are these guys doing? That's not anything that I was taught. And long story short, that the posing coach thought I was doing classic physique, which is completely different. That's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not men's posing and men's physique posing. It's completely different. So I was trained on the wrong posing. And so I get up there, and they call you out initially one at a time, and you do your posing stuff. I walked up in the front of the stage. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't do the classic physique because they would just, get out of here. So I just stood there and just flexed, and I looked like a scarecrow. It was the funniest thing, and I have a couple pictures from that show. It was so hilarious. I mean, it looked like such a dork, but after that experience, I'm like, I did it completely wrong, but that was really exciting to be able to get out there and the spotlight's on you, and you got hundreds of people watching.
Wow.
I got fifth, but
that experience and that where you felt you was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, and that was a pro-am, right? And so that was the first time I ever been in a room with professional athletes, professional bodybuilders. Insane. I mean, just insane. These guys looked like they just walked right off of Muscle Magazine. It was incredible to see, and I'm like, man, there are no limits of what you can accomplish if you just focus and you work hard enough. These guys, I walked back there, I'm like, oh man, I wanted to touch their arm to see if they were real. They were just amazing. Yeah. So I'm like, wow, I barely even scratched the surface. There's a lot more I can do. And that's where I really trained really hard the rest of that year. And then 2017 is when I first won.
Yeah. Okay. So now you are a bodybuilder, a business owner, and a good salesman. What is some prime peak performance advice that you can give to somebody that can just, that can take them off, like, or just really like just let them feel, that they can be in their peak performance as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from personal experience talking to relatives, family, and of course, now my patients and customers at my business. I think that one of the biggest problems that people have is getting out of their own head. Many, many, many times, not only just in peak performance for physical attributes, but like just career-wise and family-wise, everybody overthinks things. They need to have everything, all these details outlined, written out. They have to have all this information. They got to plan it all out. And the reality is, you just got to get out there and do it. Like you're going to get bumps and scrapes along the way, no matter whether or not you sit there and you plan everything out. And guess what happens to your plan?
Never. It never works out.
It never works out.
Never works out, huh?
In the Marine Corps, it's called improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? So that's what they need to do. That's the biggest thing. When you don't overthink it, when your plan goes sideways on you, make a new plan. Keep your goal, keep your focus. You know what you want to do. Don't lose sight of that when there's just a couple things in the way. It's never going to be a straight line.
Okay, Jeff.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah,
and this is a great conversation. I'm so glad
that
I learned even more about what it takes, to be a great salesman, to be a great entrepreneur, and to be a franchisee in Gameday. Yeah. So I appreciate you. Awesome. Where can we find you?
Gameday Kingwood.
Gameday Kingwood?
Gameday Kingwood.
Say that to the people.
Gameday Kingwood. You can see us on Instagram, Facebook, or go to Gameday /Kingwood.
That's it, man. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Awesome.
So, that's
so
it.
Much.
Thank you.